I'm going to therapy because me growing up in the military, I was in the 82nd Airborne Division. It was predominantly males. I had to fight harder just to get promoted. It's hard to transition out of that, take a seat back if you don't have to fight every battle. It's okay to step back and be a woman, and that's what I'm going through right now.
My girl's going through some things that we got to talk about. I'm talking about Sherelle Rosado.
Thank you, Carlos.
When you announced that you two weren't together, it was a shock to all of us.
I was just fed up. I'm like, okay, you want to f around and play with me? I'm about to let everybody know they can have your ass.
You know, a thirsty girl mentioned something along the lines of she wanted Chad, and you
I'm about to slide in them DMs. So be careful, because you might catch something.
When you and Chad were together, it was a monogamous relationship.
There was some, some going on, texting other women. Yes, I went through the phone.
You went through his phone, and what did you see exactly?
The shit that I see, Carlos, it's crazy.
When you discovered he was entertaining other women, were you two not in the best place in their relationship at the time? I'm pretty sure sex wasn't the issue, right?
We got to a point where we stopped taking time out for ourselves and just focusing on trying to get to a bag.
He is somebody who obviously is used to women throwing themselves at him.
And they be throwing them. They be throwing themselves. It's hard.
When you guys were in a great place in a relationship, would you see that women were in his DMs when he showed it to you?
But what are other DMs that you did respond to?
When it comes to you, was cheating the deal breaker for you, or was that just the final straw and you guys had other issues that sort of led up to that?
So I think the main thing was
What do you have to say to women and people on social media who's like, girl, we told you, you defended that man. We try to tell you he's a cheater, pumpkin eater.
Some people I snap back on are the ones, well, you cheated on your ex-husband for him.
You cheated on your son's father with Chad.
Yes.
You stepped outside of the relationship.
I finally had enough.
Hey, dummy! Are you retarded or just plain stupid? No, I'm Forrest Gump.
Why are you breaking with that beautiful girl? Have you seen me? Look at me. Like, huh? She left this. Look at this. This is me. Look at this. The fucking chocolate. The beef chocolate. It's not any kind of. It's Willy Wonka chocolate. She left this. Thank you, Mom. You know? She left me. She left me when I'm in my season too. You hear me? Rico?
She left you when you in your season?
I'm in my season.
Man, don't. You ain't got, man, listen.
She left me when I'm in my season. I'm in my
Women tend to be more unhappily married than men.
And 80% of the time, women bring up problems in a relationship.
But 69% of all problems are not solvable.
So if you rely on problems getting solved as an indicator of the success of the relationship, it's not going to look good.
Let me be honest with y'all. A lot of the men that other men call simps be him for real. They be working jobs, they might have businesses, I don't know, but they're keeping themselves busy doing something good that helps their future or even sets forth for their goals to come into fruition. They be respectful of women, they love women, they encourage and uplift women, they're there for the fatherless children, they have self-control, well-disciplined, in tune with the spirit, not boastful, they don't care to be seen, they're not worried about another man. They're not into putting other men down, but try to help them with what they know, meaning bestowing knowledge upon them so that they can get out of the hole that they are in. They are the leaders, the protectors, and the providers. They don't just provide financially. They don't just lead with authority. They don't just protect with strength. And that's what makes them him, not simps.
Hey, bro, come on now, dawg. Come on, man. Say there's a woman in a room with 10 men, and all 10 men are telling her how beautiful she is and how amazing she is, and they're lighting her cigarette and buying her drinks and just treating her like gold. Then, all of a sudden, in walks the 11th man. He takes one look at her and says, hey, how you doing? Turns his back on her and starts talking to his boys. That's the guy she wants to be with, the 11th man. Not any of the 10 men who were treating her well all night, but the one guy who couldn't care less. Why? Because For some reason, women don't want nice. They don't want real. They don't want to be treated well. I mean, not at first and sometimes not ever. And I think that's crazy. And I refuse to play that game. I mean, you are a master at it, Sal, but it's just not me. It's not who I am. I don't want to have to play that game or, get a girl by pretending that I don't like her. I want to be with a woman who's real, who digs it when I'm nice to her, who doesn't see that as weakness or take me for granted when I tell her that I think she's more amazing than anything else in the entire world. But fortunately, most women aren't like that. They say they are, and deep down inside, they want to be, but they're not.
I'm selling coach. I'm selling coach. I'm selling coach. I'm selling. Okay.
All right, check this me off. Like we got Ochocinco and his girl Nicole. I guess breaking up. They never actually was married, so she cheated on her husband and got with Ochocinco and pursued a relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? They've been together, I guess, like 2, 3 years. It's messed up because I believe we already did a video on Ocho Cinco and his girl, probably like 6 months ago, and they were breaking up then. So this seems to be a recurring thing with them. Too bad that they can't get their relationship stable and to a working point, and they're doing this publicly and shit like that. We don't like that. We would like to see them do it privately and hopefully they can work it out and whatnot. We love to see black relationships flourish here. That's what we're all about, you know what I'm saying? But the reality is most of them end up going at shit, right? Most of them end up in the trash. Most of them end up with a lot of hurt people and, trailed with more hurt bullshit, from the kids uh you know, to the man getting wiped out for his fucking divorce or wiped out for his cash through the divorce and shit like that. So it's it seems like it's a common thing. But Ocho Cinco never got married to her, at least. And Ocho Cinco has like 7 kids. You know what I'm saying? So I think he knows better not to get married or anything like that when child support is constantly whooping his ass. You know what I'm saying? Um, Too bad that women want to go on the first podcast to discuss what their mate has done to them. It's fucked up that we gotta constantly see these relationships destroyed in the media. But this is one of the things. He's a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with somebody that's probably made over $80 million in the league. So for you to try to find another guy like that or anything, I can understand why she's with the back and forth pity pat shit, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to go back to eating top ramen, you know what I'm saying? She eats a filet mignon wild goose steak right now, and she doesn't want to go back to eating um, instant mashed potatoes, you know what I'm saying? So you rather, she'd rather go through this bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Throw his dirt in his name in the dirt and shit like that, and then hopefully they can get back together after she make a couple of euros doing these podcasts. That's what she's banking on. I can see it happening right now because Ocho Cinco, he seems like one of them guys that, really falls hard for women and want to be in a relationship and actually want to see, probably a marriage and being with a woman, for a long term. So this seems like one of his fortes, and he ended up getting hit upside the head with it every time. You know what I'm saying? Um, he's probably getting. I ain't gonna. I don't want to say, that he's constantly trying to make her happy and probably buying her shit and doing this and doing that because he does have a healthy child support uh, settlement or child support lawsuit he has to deal with. You know what I'm saying? He's already been open about how many kids he has and he has to pay all these different women for these kids. So it is what it is. It's fucked up that they keep on going straight to the internet to tell people's business and shit. We want to see these relationships last longer. And remember, guys, you're the trick. They're trying to trick you into going into doing something that you don't want to do. Most likely. Most likely when she was trying to get him to marry her and, settle down and stuff like that, or, invest in her in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? But none of this has can't come out, but I'm just knowing women. And most likely this is what the case is, you know what I'm saying? It's probably wanting to be out here doing this thing and living his life and you know, instead of actually being beat upside the head with allegations or anything like that, or women going through your phone late nights and stuff. I understand that you're not supposed to be doing certain things, but when women are tapping in and checking in on you on your cellular device, men tend to slip up, after being in a 2, 3 year relationship. You never know. It is what it is, man. Silence acceptance, and we ain't having it. Like, comment, subscribe.